Let us discuss about abnormalities of tactile sensation. Abnormalities of tactile sensation. So, the abnormalities of tactile sensation include anesthesia, dissociated anesthesia, other is hemianesthesia, hyperesthesia, fifth one alesthesia, sixth one is paresthesia, seventh one is agraphisia, eighth one is stereognosis. Let us see one by one. What is anesthesia? What are dissociative anesthesia? What is semi-anesthesia? What is hyperesthesia? We'll discuss one by one. Okay? The first one is anesthesia. Anesthesia means complete loss of all forms of sensations. Okay? Anesthesia means complete loss of all forms of sensations. All forms of sensations. So there is complete loss of all forms of sensations in anesthesia. There is also one more term called hyperesthesia. In hyperesthesia, here not all forms of sensations are not lost. There is just partial loss of sensations. In hyperesthesia, there is partial loss of sensation. Whereas in anesthesia, there is complete loss of sensations. Suppose if you want to say there is particular form of sensation, like there is loss of thermal sensation, then we can say you can say it as thermoanesthesia. Okay, thermoanesthesia means there is just loss of temperature sensation. Okay, when you want to indicate the loss of particular form of sensation, then we can use the name of that sensation as prefix to this anesthesia. Okay, there is one more called paranesthesia. Here vibratory sense is lost. In paresthesia, vibratory sense is lost. Okay, so this is various forms of anesthesia. Let us see the causes of this anesthesia. First, we'll see cause of hyperesthesia. Here, mainly the cause is in central. Like there is in some lesions of some central lesions, like in thalamus or internal capsule or cortex. Okay, when there are lesions in thalamus or internal capsule, or when there are lesions in cortex, this hyperesthesia will result. Okay, in anesthesia, there is complete loss of all forms of sensation. This mainly due to the cause is mainly peripheral. The cause is mainly in peripheral, like leprosy. In leprosy, we'll see complete loss of all forms of sensation, right? So in anesthesia, mainly the cause is in peripheral, like leprosy. Okay, this is about anesthesia. And then moving to dissociated anesthesia. In dissociated anesthesia, what happens is there is loss of pain and temperature. Okay, in dissociated anesthesia, there is loss of pain and temperature. Okay, pain and temperature, these two sensations are lost, and remaining all other forms of sensation are intact. Okay, just pain and temperature are lost in dissociated anesthesia. The cause is uh, the main the cause is this occurs when gray matter surrounding the spinal cord is damaged. Okay, when gray matter in the spinal cord is damaged, this results in dissociated anesthesia. Okay, this is about dissociated anesthesia. Then moving to hemi anesthesia. In hemi anesthesia, only half of part of body, that means if it is body, right, so half of body loses its sensation, means half of the body will lose the sensations of will lose all forms of sensation. This is seen in lesions of opposite side of cortex. When there are lesions in opposite side of cortex or thalamus or in internal capsule, this results in loss of sensation in one half of the body. Okay, seen in lesions of opposite side of cortex, thalamus or internal capsule. Okay, here in hemi anesthesia, what is happening here is half of the body is losing the sensations. The main reason is the opposite cortex or thalamus or internal capsule is damaged. That this results in loss of sensations in one half of the body to the other side of the body. Okay, this is about hemi anesthesia. Then moving to hyperanesthesia. Hyperanesthesia, as the name itself indicates, okay, hyperanesthesia. Here, what happens is there is increased sensation, increased sensitivity to various stimuli. Okay, increased sensitivity to various stimuli. This condition is called hyperesthesia. Okay, it is mainly seen in certain lesions in the brain or cortex. Okay, so hyperesthesia, what we need to remember here is there is exaggerated sensation, increased sensitivity. The increased sensitivity to various stimuli, this indicates heightened activity of sensory apparatus like increased receptor sensitivity. Okay, there is increased sensitivity of receptors in the periphery. Okay, this results in hyperesthesia. This mainly seen in thalamic lesions. Okay, this is about hyperesthesia. Then moving to one more is hyperpathia. Hyper here hyperpathia, the problem is in somewhere in the center. Here what exactly happens in hyperpathia is there is exaggerated perception of sensation. Hyperpathia, exaggerated perception. Okay, in hyperpathia there is exaggerated perception, whereas in hyperesthesia there is increased sensitivity of receptors. Okay, the sensitivity of receptors has increased in the periphery, that has resulted in increased sensation. Whereas in hyperpathia, in hyperpathia there is some problem in the center which has to normally perceive is acting in an exaggerated fashion, that is results in increased perception. Okay, hyperpathia there is increased perception. Okay, then moving to one more abnormal tactile sensation, that is alesthesia. When a tactile or painful stimulus is delivered on the one side of hemisensory loss is experienced on the corresponding area of opposite side. That means here in when there is alesthesia, what happens is tactile sensations like painful sensation, this painful sensation is delivered on the side of hemisensory loss. Okay, it is delivered on this side of hemisensory loss. Okay, this hemisensory loss, this painful sensation which is delivered to the side of hemisensory loss, this is experienced on the corresponding area of opposite side. Experienced on the corresponding area of opposite side. Okay, this painful sensation is actually delivered to this side of hemisensory loss, but where it is experienced on the corresponding opposite side. Okay, this is alesthesia. Then moving to paresthesia. In paresthesia there is abnormal and distressing symptoms. Okay, in paresthesia there will be abnormal and distressing symptoms. Okay, abnormal and distressing sensations, we can say distressing sensation. These include like pricking sensation, or numbness. Okay, all these are abnormal and distressing sensations. These include pricking sensation, numbness, like that. At such distressing sensation will be felt. This usually seen when there is nerve compression, or when there are spinal tumors, or subacute combined degeneration of spinal cord. Subacute combined degeneration of spinal cord. or when there is disseminated sclerosis. Disseminated sclerosis. When there are thalamic lesions. Thalamic lesions. Okay, in all these conditions we see abnormal and distressing sensation which is nothing but paresthesia. Okay, this is about paresthesia. Then moving to agraphesthesia. Agraphesthesia. Here loss of graphesthesia. Agraphesthesia means loss of graphesthesia. That is the loss of sense of cutaneous localization and figure writing. That means loss of sense of cutaneous localization and figure writing. Okay, the main causes is usually in sensory cortex. There is some lesions in sensory cortex which results in agraphesthesia. And one more abnormal sensation is asterognosis. In a asterognosis, what happens is, if we will ask the patient to close his eyes and will keep a known object in his hands. Now what he has to do is, he has to touch it and tell us what the object is. Okay, the thing that we have to remember here is, the patient is in a closed eye state, right? He is closing his eyes and we are keeping some known objects in his hand and asking him to say what it is. If the patient does not tell us what it is, then it is nothing but asterognosis. Okay, this is inability to identify a known object by palpation with eyes closed. Okay, inability to identify a known object by palpation with eyes closed. Okay, the cause is mainly in cortical diseases. However, it should be differentiated from stereoanesthesia, in which lesions of spinal cord or brainstem interrupt proprioceptive and tactile sensation. The main thing that we have to remember is, there is some lesions in cortex which results in asterognosis. The main thing we have to remember here is definition. Okay, these are some of the abnormal sensations of tactile sensation. Okay, in the next video we'll discuss about thalamus.